Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 8.5. So in this practice problem, it says as a hint to use a loft, and it says the loft is between two circles. So if you've never used the loft feature before, and I remember when I first did this problem about a month and a couple months ago maybe, I used a revolve for this because that seemed like the most natural thing to do. That was the thing that I recognized how to do immediately. But in this video, we're going to use a loft, and the two circles are this circle here, and then this little circle right here. And basically, to create a loft, you need to create sketch profiles in two separate planes, and then you can loft between them. It'll create a solid between those two planes. So that's what we're going to do. We will actually start, though, by creating the base cylinder, and then creating this bottom circle right here, and then a new plane to create this top circle. So let's get started with that. We'll go ahead and work in the top plane and create a circle with diameter 55, and then we can extrude up. It looks like it's going to be 5 millimeters. Okay, so that's our base. We'll start a sketch on the top of that base, put a circle. This is going to be the bottom circle, which has a diameter of 48. And then that's pretty much it for that sketch. So we just have that one circle in that one sketch. And then from this surface here, let's see, how far up do we have to move? So it looks like from that surface, we have to go up 9 and create a new plane to draw this top circle, this circle right here in. All right, so we got this. We're going to create a new plane that's going to be offset 9 millimeters. We already set to 9 because I was just working on this problem again. Make sure we got the direction right. Looks good, so it's kind of floating above that top surface. We'll create a sketch with one single circle in it, and the diameter is 27. All right, exit the sketch, and I'm going to hide this plane. We don't really need to be seeing this plane, and we're not going to need it anymore. And you can see that we have this circle here, and I'll go ahead and shift-click this circle here. Okay, so when we go to Lofted Boss Base, it'll automatically create the solid between those two circles. It's pretty cool. Now, the loft feature is more complicated, I think, when you get to more complicated lofts, and there are great videos that explain how to do this in more detail. But from a circle to a circle, it's pretty straightforward. There's not really much bad that can happen here. So we'll just hit enter, and now we've got that truncated cone. Let's put a name to it. All right, let's take a look at what we need to do next. So next we're going to create the tower. We'll create the tower first because we're going to have to cut out of the tower, so we don't really want to necessarily work on these little shells right here because we need to use this circle to be able to cut out of the tower. So I'm going to work on creating the tower first. This part right here we're going to come to last because we need to wait until we have these circles drawn to be able to create this part. This is actually going to come at the very end. So the steps in order are going to be create the tower along with this rectangular part, then create one of these little shells and make the cut here, and then mirror it to get the rest of them, and then finally work on this little part right here. So let's start working on the tower. And to start working on the tower, we can actually work from the bottom. It doesn't really have to be up or anything like that. We start from the bottom, top plane technically, and then the first cylinder will go up 36. So let's work on that one. Okay, so we'll work in the top plane. And let's see, I'm gonna make a center line going up a certain distance. Now, it took me a second to figure out how far that's going to go to get out to the circle that we're going to create. Let's just go ahead and create the circle. Circle's got a diameter of 30. So how far out is it from center to center? Well, it's 22. This is right at the center of those circles that we drew originally, and it goes to the center of this tower. You can sort of make out that it goes to the center of that tower, of all of these concentric circles here. All right, so that's going to be 22 right here. Okay, and we can, we can also, as long as we're in this sketch, we can also create that little rectangle part. So let's go into line mode. We'll start a line here. Oops, it's going tangent. Let's go ahead and try to start the line over again. We'll go down, across, and back up. There we go. Okay, looking good. Now we do want symmetry for these two lines, so we can go ahead and select all three things, the two lines and the center line, and make them symmetric. All right, and we want to make sure that this line is locked to go through the origin if it isn't already. And it looks like there's an existing relation that they're coincident, so that's good. Also, this horizontal distance here, this dimension is, what is it? I'm gonna go looking for it. Okay, where is it? Oh, here it is, 15. Okay, so back over to here, 15. And looking good. Looks like we're fully defined. So now we can go about extruding this up and also extruding this up as well. So we can select this, extrude that guy up. Looks like 36 millimeters. Oops, we didn't select it. There we go. 36 millimeters. And then we can go back into that sketch and do a another extrusion. So we're going to extrude. Oops, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. So select the sketch, then go to extrude, and then you can select the region. Now, it's a little hard to select it from this angle, so there are a couple of ways of handling that. One is to just look underneath, and you can select these two parts to extrude up. Another is to go to wireframe, and now you can look through and you can select these two, and it'll extrude them up whatever distance you want. And it looks like we want to go a height of, well, let's look over here. We want to go a height of 20 plus 9 plus 5, going all the way down. Now, we could have just gotten away with doing this kind of thing on the top face of this circle here, but I figured might as well just do it all, the circle and the rectangle in the same sketch, and just extrude them up separately. So let's do that. 20 plus 9 plus 5. We'll go back into this viewing mode here, and we're looking pretty good. So now we just have to finish off the tower. Let's go ahead and finish off the tower. And you know, honestly, there are a couple of ways of handling the tower. Let me go back to here. So one way is to just keep creating circles and extruding up and creating circle and extruding up and whatnot. Or you could create a plane that would go out 22, so basically be going into the page right here. And then you could create a profile, so a profile of the tower. So basically go around like this, then dimension that whole profile, and then revolve it about the center axis. And that would be a pretty good way of doing it. I think there was a previous practice problem, CSWA practice problem, where that's exactly what you did. So you could do that same thing right here, but I'm just going to go the way of creating a bunch of circles, extruding them up, and be done with it. So here we go. Create a sketch, create a circle, Mouse over this. There we go. And where is it? 25. Extrude up a tiny little 1 millimeter. Then create another one. Come on, center point, wake up. Then we've got, what is it, 15? It'll be 15, 13, and 10. Okay, 15, 13, and 10. Gotta remember that. This one goes up 29. So the next one is going to be 13. And goes up 5. And the last one is 10. Go. And this goes up 10. Cool. So now we've got our tower. Now let's start working on those little shells, these 4 shells here. So we'll work on the top right one. And if we look at it, we could do top right or top left, actually, it doesn't really matter. So if we look at it, there's a 45-degree angle, and also the center of these are along the outer circle. The center is along the outer circle. So that's what I'm going to do, create from the top plane. I'm going to draw a circle with center along that outer circle, and the diameter is 13. Then I'm going to create another circle with diameter 5. And to get the angle right, I'm going to create a construction line out to there, and I keep forgetting to click and hold drag so I don't create another center line right after that. And this needs to be 45 degrees. All right, so everything's locked into place there, fully defined. So now we need to do a couple of things. One is to take the outer circle and make a cut going up. So let me try that first. We'll cut through all. We can do through all or through all in both directions. It doesn't really matter here. And we're just going to select, we actually just want this outer one right here. There we go. Probably doesn't matter, it's going to cut away anyway, but that's what we want. Then we can take that same sketch and do an extrusion of just the annulus, which it automatically selected, and we're going to go up 5, looks like. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Wait, is it 5? Oh, nope, sorry, it was 6. Let's take a look here. Yeah, this one's a little bit above. They kind of stick out. They stick out a little bit from this first cylinder that we ever created. So let's go ahead and fix that. So we'll edit this. We'll go 6 instead. There we go. Perfect. So now we can use a circular pattern to create the rest of these. And actually, you can either use a circular pattern or you can mirror. You can do mirror, mirror. And we're going to do that for both the cut and the extrude. But I'll use a circular pattern. We're just going to go around in this circle here. And it's already set to 4, so we can just hit enter. Excellent. Okay, so we just have one last part to make, and that's this part right here. And there are a couple of ways of handling this part, but either way you do it, you still have to draw this contour here. So let's draw that first. We'll go into the top plane. All right, head into line mode. We'll start up here, create an arc, and then go over to here somewhere. Okay, and then we got to make sure that our tangencies are all set up properly. So we want this arc and line to be tangent. We also want this line and this circle, or this arc, I guess, to be tangent as well. And this arc here has a radius of 6. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's make sure that this is tangent to this line as well. Okay, just to make sure that we have tangency there. All right, let's see what else we can modify here. Yes, this can be moved back and forth. So we must have something else to enter in, and it's this angle here of 35 degrees. So we want to create some kind of line to base this side of the angle off of, and then this line can be the other side of the angle. All right, so I'll create a center line just going down. Forgot to click and drag. We'll create an angle between these two of, what was it, 35? All right, so now it's fully defined. And from here, you have a couple of options. One is to try to close up the this contour. So right now it's an open contour. We can close it up by creating a line that kind of goes into here and then goes over to here, and then you can extrude that region up. But another cool thing you can do that seems to work really well is to create a rib. And for a rib, you just need, you can have an open contour like this, right? So let's try selecting this contour. Excuse me. Actually, let's just exit out of the sketch for a moment. So let's try selecting this sketch. We're going to do, where is it? Rib, right here. Rib, all right. And you can see how the rib automatically goes in both directions. It goes both up and down. But if you change this to first, I believe that says first side, then it'll only go up. And we only want it to go up, what is it? We want it to go up, what's the height of that little guy there? Oh, I think it's 5. Yep. And you can see that when using this rib feature, it automatically goes from that open contour that we made flush up against the rest of the body here, which is exactly what we want. So we're looking pretty good. Let's check the mass. So the volume, sorry. So we've got 53816, 53816, let's check. 53816 cubic millimeters. Awesome. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Take care and keep studying.